A very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashing Veera Singha. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Vehicle importers asked for a discussion with the President to discuss a survival plan for the industry. We have a plan to assure the currency inflow into the country via Chinese Development Bank, State Minister reveals. News in detail. The Vehicle Importers Association of Sri Lanka warns that continuing the ban on vehicle imports has jeopardized both the direct and indirect employment opportunities, affecting almost 100,000 families. Addressing a media briefing in Colombo, the association said that they would support the government's efforts to control the foreign currency outflow, but need a discussion with the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa or a responsible official to reveal a survival plan on the industry.
We are fully aware that the government, our country, as well as the entire world is facing a massive crisis. So what we actually want from the government at this moment in time is a survival plan for us, a survival plan for all our employees and all our dependents. Because if you look at the motor trade, it's interlinked with so many other industries and trade. So there's a lot of individuals and dependents of those individuals depending on us literally. So what we want is a survival plan from the government, and we have actually written to the Honourable President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, President Secretary Dr. P.V. Jayasundara, as well as Honourable Basil Rajapaksa, requesting a meeting, because we have actually prepared a set of a proposal ensuring there's the currency outflow is restricted while we can save the industry. So we have actually done a plan in order to survive the industry, as well as in a way that the foreign currency, which is the main problem in hand, is being restricted. So we hope that the government or any other responsible government officials will give us an audience or a meeting to present this proposal.
The Vehicle Importers Association of Sri Lanka also added that the vehicle import ban also affected on the letters of credit which have been opened before the COVID-19 pandemic, and some LOCs have already brought adverse effects on the importers. The association's secretary Arosha Rodrigo also said that some of the financial organizations still want the importers to complete the transactions as they initially pledged.
The ban was imposed on the 19th of March 2020, and we have, and not just us, there are government concession permit holders who have letters of credit open prior to that. And also there are certain vehicles that have reached the port after the ban, and people are actually struggling to clear those units. So we would like to make another kind request from the government to make necessary arrangements in order to uphold the letters of credit, the legal agreement that we have with the supplier. Because if you look at the term letter of credit, that is an internationally accepted legal agreement between two international banks. And now these letters of credit have been opened as per the rules and regulations prevailing at the time before COVID. So and also the fact that now even when the vehicles are being shipped from another country, that is up to the supplier to do it, and we have no say in that matter. So I hope the government listens to this plea and allows or make arrangements to clear the vehicles that have already reached the Sri Lankan port, as well as to clear the cars of those vehicles that we have open letters of credit for.
Treasury Secretary S.R. Artigala said that the Finance Ministry was working to legislate tax changes announced shortly after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was elected, as well as those included in the latest budget proposals. Addressing a media briefing last weekend, Treasury Secretary said that those include income and corporate tax changes plus a new goods and services tax proposed in Budget 2021.
The actual story that was in February this month. The corporate tax is a collection date is February 15. So, and that is for the profits that the companies have earned in the last quarter of last year. So that has gone up to 65 billion compared to 61 billion the previous year. So what I was trying to say, this is under the second wave of COVID as well as reduced tax rate, because we introduced the new tax rate from December or January 1st, 2020. Although it's not yet in the legal framework, we have applied administratively the reduced rate. So in that background also, about 4,000 or 3,500 new files are coming. So the rate reduction is positive in this case, given the the environment outside, that is COVID plus, or with all those, it's a good sign.
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. State Minister of Money, Capital Markets and State Enterprise Reforms Ajit Niwad Cabral said that the government is seeking a finance facility from the Chinese Development Bank purely to control the country's dependency on the loans. The State Minister also said the government's policy is to improve the inflows at the moment.
We are working on that because there was originally the discussion for a further loan from the China Development Bank. We will also consider that in the context of our new policy, where we are hoping to improve our inflows with various specific targeted actions, which is now being followed up at the highest levels of our country. And if we are able to generate those new inflows, then the dependence on all loans can be reduced quite dramatically. So we are quite confident that these initiatives that we are taking now will be forthcoming, and we will review our needs for new loans or new avenues of borrowing in the context of how successful these initiatives are. The original was $300 million for this particular period. Altogether 700, no?
Initially, it was for 1 billion plus another 200 million equivalent in their currency. That was the total thing. So we got 500 million, and in dollar terms we have been discussing for another 500, and that 200 dollar equivalent
in yuan.
State Minister of Money, Capital Markets and State Enterprise Reforms Ajit Niwad Cabral suggests that it is high time to concentrate and work on South-to-South investments instead of investments in to do with the West. Participating at a media briefing last Friday, State Minister Cabral said that Sri Lanka is much interested to engage in the effort.
Now, in fact, Bangladesh has quite a substantial sum of our bonds. Bangladesh Central Bank, I know, has Sri Lankan bonds, which is very good.
They have 100% surrender requirement.
And they have 100% surrender requirement. So I think that kind of a South-South partnership, it is time for it now. We need to have a partnership because we have been far too engaged with investing our monies in the West, and there, you see what happens is when we give them money, it's called investment. When they give us money, it's called loan. Am I right? That is what is happening. We can discuss that, but at the moment I think you are getting the message. I think it may be helpful to look at that. So we'll give them loans and they'll give us loans instead of we investing with them and they giving us loans.
The GCE Ordinary Level Examination got underway this morning across 4,513 examination centres across the island. Meanwhile, Education Minister Professor G.L. Piri says that the results will be released within a short period of 3 months, allowing the students to begin their advanced level education soon. According to the Commissioner General of Examinations, Sanath B. Pujitha, 622,351 candidates sit for the ordinary level examination this year at 4,513 centres island-wide. Explaining further, he said that 423,746 are school students and other 198,606 are external candidates. He also said that 542 examination coordinating centres have been established countrywide other than the 2 special examination centres which have been established in every district to face any emergency situation that may arise due to COVID-19. The Commissioner General of Examinations also assured that all the examination centres have been strictly advised to follow the health guidelines. He also added that the police as well as the PHIs will be in routine supervisions at mostly vulnerable areas as per the instructions of the health authorities. Meanwhile, Education Minister Professor G.L. Piri said that the GCE ordinary level examination results are expected to be released in June and it will pave the way to commence the advanced level classes in July. Minister Piri also added that he had already instructed the officials to release the 2020 advanced level results soon, allowing the students for their university education. We'll be back with stock updates after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index gained 38.21 points to close at 7,438.13 and the S&P SL 20 gained 2.33 points to close at 2,964.3. The turnover was 1.8 billion rupees and over 57 billion shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all the news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care. Good night.